Well, right now, water levels on our side of Lake Erie are incredibly low. Bottom of the lake holds some secrets which are easier to see during a seiche.
Scientists stared in shock as nature put on a scene almost no one thought was possible. Along the once familiar shoreline of Lake Erie, something ordinary suddenly turned extraordinary in a matter of moments. The water, which usually stretches as far as the eye can see, pulled back fast and far. In its place appeared a muddy, open landscape that had been hidden beneath the lake for decades, maybe even longer. What once seemed impossible became real within hours. Cameras captured the changing shoreline as local residents watched quietly, stunned by what they were seeing. This was not just a rare weather event. It was a powerful display of the lake's strength, showing both how resilient and how fragile it can be, along with secrets normally buried beneath the water. From newsrooms to social media and scientific circles, the footage spread quickly and created a sense of urgency. People were amazed by the sight, but also deeply unsettled. If nature could pull back an entire lake bed, what else might be hidden? And what dangers could come with it? The event sparked curiosity and concern everywhere it was seen. Environmental worry mixed with shared memory and a strong human instinct to understand and adjust. Lake Erie, often calm on the surface, but known for sudden currents and fierce storms, went through a transformation few had expected. Emergency officials responded quickly. At first, phone lines filled with people eager to witness the event. Soon after, calls came from those realizing just how unpredictable and dangerous the situation might be. Boats sat stranded on exposed mud. The lake bed, usually buried under water and sediment, shimmered in the open air, revealing lost items and debris left behind by past generations. It also exposed polluted areas and unstable ground, reminders of the lake's industrial past and environmental struggles. Tension filled the air. What force had pushed the water away so fast? And when would it come back? And how? As the sun set and scientists continued gathering data along the changing shoreline, one thing was clear. This Lake Erie event was a serious reminder of the power, instability, and connected risks present in our natural world. What people could see was only part of the danger. The wind, waves, and vanished water were just the most obvious signs of a much larger process at work. As the water pulled back, deeper environmental concerns came into focus. Scientists quickly began studying exposed sediments, pollutants, and shifting shorelines, knowing even brief exposure could cause long-term damage. Emergency services responded not only because of the dramatic sight, but because of concerns for ecosystems, infrastructure, and public safety. A major question hung in the air. Was this a one-time event, or a warning of more extreme environmental challenges ahead in a world facing stronger weather patterns? What could cause Lake Erie's water to move so quickly, leaving behind surprise and urgent problems? Weather experts pointed to a phenomenon unfamiliar to many before this moment: a seiche, now suddenly in the spotlight. A seiche is a standing wave that forms in a body of water, often caused by strong winds and changes in air pressure. In this case, powerful winds combined with fast-shifting pressure pushed Lake Erie's water from one end to the other. But this was not just a simple weather fluke. It was the result of multiple forces working together: wind patterns, pressure systems, and human changes to the shoreline, creating a rare and powerful event. As searches for Lake Erie seiche, Great Lakes aftermath, and environmental event surged online, awareness of nature's strength and hidden risks grew rapidly. If huge sections of lake bed could be exposed in hours, what might future storms uncover? They called it a seiche, but what swept across Lake Erie that day was hard to fully describe. Early that morning, while most lakeside residents slept, shifts in wind and air pressure quietly set events in motion. Weather stations near Sandusky recorded a sudden drop in air pressure. By 3 a.m., strong southwest winds had picked up and kept building. Waves grew larger and more violent, churning the lake's surface for hours. Then, very quickly, the water shifted. The massive body of Lake Erie moved like water sloshing in a bathtub. Winds pushed the lake's water north and east, piling it up along the Canadian shore. On the U.S. side, water levels dropped sharply, revealing lakebed not seen in living memory. Boats that had floated peacefully hours earlier were stuck in mud. Docks hovered awkwardly over dry ground. Residents gathered along the shore, some amazed, others uneasy. Some people explored, finding debris and relics, while fish and aquatic life were left stranded as the water pulled away. News footage and drone videos spread worldwide. For a time, it looked as if part of a lake had been drained. But wonder soon turned to concern. Those familiar with the Great Lakes knew what could come next. How did the water move so far so fast? And when it returned, would it bring flooding, pollution, and erosion? As crowds watched, eyes shifted from the exposed land to the wind and horizon. By dawn, news stations across Ohio and Michigan issued updates. Emergency alerts warned people to stay off the exposed lake bed due to unstable ground, sinkholes, and contamination risks. Police and fire crews blocked off dangerous areas, stressing that what looked fascinating could hide serious threats. The risk was growing. The returning water could come suddenly and with force. For many, it was a rare chance to see beneath Lake Erie's surface. But for scientists and responders, the situation carried heavy consequences. The exposed lake bed wasn't just mud and old objects, it was layered with pollution. Years of industrial waste, farm runoff, and stormwater usually diluted underwater were now exposed to air. Debris of all kinds, metal, plastic, machinery, and natural matter, lay drying in the open. Drone images revealed old engines, wreckage, driftwood, and colored streaks in the sediment, showing chemical buildup. Some even spotted pieces of shipwrecks before the water returned. For every exciting discovery shared online, officials warned of instability and health risks. Environmental teams moved fast, using samples, maps, and aerial surveys to track dangers. The mud was unstable and polluted, no place for casual exploration. Shoreline residents shared memories of past storms and family outings. But new questions emerged. Would the area recover? What weaknesses had been exposed? For emergency crews, time mattered. Conditions would change again once the water returned. The effects were immediate and intense. For scientists and planners, the event revealed both the strength and limits of shoreline infrastructure. Sewer systems and storm drains designed for normal water levels were exposed to contamination. Marina supports dried out and cracked. Wooden structures warped, showing the need for better preparation. Farther inland, farm areas faced changes too. Exposed sediment reacted to sunlight and oxygen, altering nutrients. Experts warned the returning water could trigger algae blooms and disrupt wildlife. Authorities reinforced restricted zones. Mud could trap people. Sinkholes could open. Emergency teams stayed alert, knowing the greatest danger might come not from a retreat, but the return. Geologists and ecologists studied the changes closely. The line between land and water can shift suddenly, and every shift carries risk. Seiches like this one show how temporary human shorelines really are. Could it happen again? And how often? Seiches aren't new to the Great Lakes, but their size varies. Strong winds and fast pressure changes can raise or lower water levels dramatically. In this case, weather systems aligned perfectly, amplifying the effect. As winds eased, attention turned to the water's return. With every inch of rising water came new risks. Pollution stirred up, weakened docks tested, flooding reported. Environmental scientists warned of oxygen changes and algae growth. Residents dealt with flooded basements and damaged property. The event left a lasting impression. The seiche didn't just move water, it reshaped thinking about risk and readiness. In the days after, officials assessed erosion, damage, and environmental shifts. Drone footage showed altered landforms. Insurance claims and property boundaries were reassessed. Each seiche reshapes shorelines and redistributes pollution. Wetlands and wildlife faced new pressures. Agencies increased monitoring. Communities rebuilt and learned together. For many, life was now measured as before the seiche and after it. The lesson lingered. Nature is powerful, change is constant, and preparation matters. Scientists stressed the need for continued research and planning. Lake Erie's seiche showed that stability is never guaranteed. Preparedness, flexibility, and respect for nature are essential. As storms and climate continue to redraw boundaries, adaptation remains our strongest defense. Stay connected for continued insights into events shaping Lake Erie and beyond, because in a changing world, readiness is everything.